Hey everybody, how's it going? B Temple back again. And today we've got something that doesn't show up very often, but you see them pop up from time to time. What we have here are two different Canadian Forces food packets, light meal combats, or otherwise known as LMCs. These are some of the older ones that you would normally see. They come in this sort of, I guess, darkish green, sort of khaki kind of color. New ones today come more of like in a tan kind of color, like what a USMRE packaging would look like. The main purpose of these particular rations, obviously for Canadian Forces, are to be a supplementary ration, either for frontline troops who maybe don't have access to proper, I guess, rations. It's the best way to put it. You pack a few of these, and this will be something sort of get you by, I guess, if there's no supply line to better food for you. It's also used sometimes by truck crews or any sort of, I guess, mounted vehicle, armored vehicle, anything like that. Tank crews, APCs, things like that, LAVs. It's just something to have on board in case you run out of your regular rations or this is all you have. And, you'll get anywhere from like 800 to 1,000 calories out of something like this. And these were made a lot during this particular period. Canada was still very much involved in the war in Afghanistan at the time. So there was a large contingent of Canadian soldiers in Afghanistan at this time. So obviously they would have been making a lot more of these because in a combat situation, it's a lot better to have something like this just in case. You don't want to run out of food completely. And these are very light and they're not particularly large, as you can see, but it'll be enough to get you by, if you have to. This particular menu here, I don't think it's ever been reviewed before. The 2008 menu number 1. This menu number 2, pepperoni, I believe has been reviewed once by Nathan. I'm not sure, I can't 100% remember if it's 2007 or 2008. But what I thought would be a good idea would be just to have a nice sort of comparison here between two very similar menus, menu number 1, menu number 2. I know there's a year and a difference here, but let's just see if there's any sort of continuity between components or if everything's completely different and they just sort of haphazardly threw things into the bags. So I guess what we'll do is tear open each of these and have a look at what's inside. We're going to start with menu number 1, then we'll do menu number 2, and then we'll give some stuff a try. So these got like little tear notches here. Let's tear this one open. And let's have a look at what's inside. First off, we've got ourselves a Mars bar from 2008. Get the focus a little better. We've got a Quaker Chewy chocolate chip granola bar. Got a packet of Hero Brothers classic beef jerky. Got a random pack of Lifesavers, 5 flavors. These look immaculate. Everything here looks pretty good, aside from the beef jerky, but we'll get to that. Got ourselves a Canadian beverage bag. Got a Kellogg's Rice Krispie Square. Got a second beverage bag. 2 lemon lime sports drinks. Hot chocolate. And these are all Dr. Oetker brand. And a very random item. A packet of Anytime dried raisins, which I've never seen before. But it's 40 grams of dried raisins. And it just comes with a little sort of comment sheet that I guess the Department of Defense would have wanted its troops to actually fill out what they felt about the actual ration itself. So as you can see, the majority of this is commercial items that you could just pick up in any shop kind of thing. And this is sort of a standard, I guess a standard thing that you'll see run through LMCs throughout time is that it's very commercial in how it's packed. You'll get a few items that would normally come in an IMP and packed much like they would have been in an IMP, but then otherwise you'll have these directly off the shelf kind of items, which usually don't have that well of a shelf life. And speaking about shelf life, I don't know if can be easily picked up here, but there appears to be something, I guess, fibrous is the best way to put it, on the beef jerky, white and fibrous, which doesn't bode well for that. I don't even feel like opening it because it very much has the look of white mold, and yeah, there's really not much sense in opening something like that if it's going to be that bad. So when it comes time to actually try this out, we'll probably just leave the beef jerky anyway. This probably would have tasted like dried shoe leather to start with. Usually the beef jerky in Canadian Rations doesn't get a very good name. It's always incredibly tough and stringy and dry. So this is our menu number 1, 2008 beef jerky menu. And what we'll do next is we'll open up our menu 2 pepperoni and see what the difference is. And we're moving on to menu number 2. So same idea. Got a little tear notch here. And then we'll see what's inside. And first thing that's exactly the same is this Kellogg's Rice Krispie Square. Packet of Lifesavers. Oddly enough, this one is 25 grams. The previous one was 32. I don't know why they would choose a slightly different size pack of Lifesavers, but such as it is. 2 Canadian beverage bags. Once again, a chocolate chip chewy Quaker granola bar. Instead of a Mars bar, you get a Kit Kat this time. Got a packet of Hero Brothers pepperoni. Got a packet of Anytime pineapple and papaya. 2 pineapple beverage base powders. And once again, a hot chocolate. So this is pretty well exactly the same as the previous one, aside from some slight variations. You're going to get the same types of components, I guess is the best way to put it. The main item itself, the main protein, or really the only protein item, aside from maybe a little bit of protein in the hot chocolate, depending on what the ingredients are. The ingredients aren't listed there. Yeah, aside from that and some slight variations, this is pretty much the same exact ration, even though it's changed within a year. So what we're going to do is we'll give everything a try. Some of the things are sort of duplicates, so that's going to be a bit easier to show what I guess the passage of time has done to them. But like, you know, we got 2 drink mixes. I'm going to mix up one of those. We'll see what the hot chocolate is like, see what the dried fruit's like, and maybe we'll try the protein parts, but after this amount of time, don't really know if it's actually going to be that good or not. But we'll get everything laid out on the tray, and then we'll give it all a look. All right, so here's everything laid out. Remember, on the left-hand side, we've got the menu number 1 beef jerky from 2008. On the right-hand side, we've got our menu number 2 pepperoni from 2007. Most of the items, like I said, are very similar. We've got our Lifesavers, which both of them have stuck together and also liquefied. We've got our Rice Krispie Squares. We've got our chocolate chip granola bars. We've got 2 different chocolate bars. We've got a Mars here on this side and a Kit Kat. We've got some dried raisins. We've got some dried papaya and pineapple. I know that doesn't look like pineapple, but that's apparently supposed to be pineapple. 2 hot chocolates for each side, and then we've got a lemon lime here and a pineapple there. And then our 2 mains. I'm not going to open up the beef jerky at all because I showed you guys, and it's easier for me to see, obviously, looking at it up close instead of just through the camera. But that beef jerky looks like it's got some sort of white fibrous mold growing on it, so there's no way I'm opening that. And I did open this just to show you that I did, and yeah, what's wafting off of that does not make me want to put that anywhere close to myself in any way, shape, or form. So the protein side of this is gonna just have to not be tasted, and we're really not going to be able to try the Lifesavers. As you can see, they've just turned into like gel almost. You shouldn't be able to squish Lifesavers like that. So we'll try a few of the items, I suppose, and see what they're like. I'm going to start on the left and work our way over. So we've got our Rice Krispie Squares. These are just like you would. Standard, buy them in the grocery store, convenience store, gas station, whatever kind of things. They don't smell too bad. And they still got a little bit of, they're still pliable. You know, but not the greatest thing in the world, we'll see. Doesn't taste horrible, it's just, imagine the most stale Rice Krispie Square you've ever had in your entire life, and then add a few years to that. So let's try the other one, just see if there's any sort of variation between the 2 different years. That one's somehow more stale, but yet more wet at the same time. Now, these two came from two different people, so obviously you can't really tell what the storage conditions of these have been like in the, 11, 12 years they've been around. Yeah, so who knows, maybe these were surplus that were brought back from Afghanistan. I have no idea. So, as you can obviously tell by the chocolate bars too, these have seen some heat stress, I'm sure, at some point, and the dried fruit especially shows that. Let's try out some of our granola bar. Doesn't look that bad, but I tell you, it smells horrible. Yeah, I couldn't even chew that. That's, I think sour is the best way to put that. Yeah, that's just not edible in any way, shape, or form. Let's see what this one from a different year's like. Oh, that one's just as bad. I mean, obviously, these are commercially packaged items that normally would have a shelf life of, like, I don't know, a year, something like that, sitting on a grocery store or convenience store shelf, and it's been sitting in a bag, for 11, 12 years, and you have no idea which way it's been stored. Maybe it was fine for the first 7, 8 years of its life, and it's been stored horribly for a couple years, or maybe it's always been stored horribly. You really don't know. All I know is that they taste really bad. Let's give the chocolate bars a try. As you can see, that Mars bar is just incredibly bloomed. So yeah, the nougat inside is the same color as the chocolate on the outside, and that milk chocolate's gone sour. So, man, this has been just a, yeah, I'm not gonna say what this has been, but it's not been great. Let's try this Kit Kat, see if this is at least anywhere above a 1 out of 10 on the scale. I'm getting the sneaking suspicion that everything is going to be absolutely horrible. Maybe the only redeeming quality is going to be the drinks, because yeah, the chocolate's gone bad, and it was stale on top of it. So yeah, not great. So this is supposed to be papaya and pineapple. The papaya does look at least somewhat normal. Oh, and they've, what's the best way to put it? They taste like they've gone a little bit alcoholic, I guess is the best way to put it. They've really, really turned. Yeah, and oxidized as well. So, sorry guys, this is not fun or been very good. And these are our raisins. These look like they have like little knobs on them, which isn't the best thing in the entire world. Yeah, get that zoom a little bit better. So yeah, they don't look the best. They're a little bit dry, but in all honesty, they're perfectly fine. That's the one odd one, I guess, out of these whole two rations, is that I don't know how, but the raisins managed this to last. That's the only thing on the entire tray that's at least half sensible. So all we have left is our drinks. We'll go on the right, we'll try the hot chocolate mix, and then the lemon lime beverage from this side. Oh, that's gone horribly sour. See if this has any redeeming qualities to it. And there we go. It's probably like the only good thing here so far. Usually these drink mixes from Doc Rocker, unless they're like just horribly caked up due to moisture getting at them, they're always going to be fine. That's a perfect lemon lime flavor. Not too sickly sweet, as Dr. Rocker brand stuff usually is. These are always one of the best beverage-based powders of any ration you'll ever come across. So, 2 things left. We've got our chocolate beverage from our pepperoni menu, and then we'll try the pineapple one. That's really not very good. Oh, man. And we'll try the pineapple last. That one's actually pleasantly good as well. As you can see, it's not crazy with the dyes like you normally would find with some other beverage-based powders, especially the American ones. It's got just like a little bit of a yellowish hint and an off-white kind of color. It's not clear, it's sort of cloudy. And it actually tastes like real pineapple. It doesn't have an artificial pineapple flavor, so that's actually really nice. So what you have here in front of you is 95%, horrible, and a couple redeeming qualities. The 2 drink mixes, and oddly enough, the only thing here in the whole tray, the raisins. And everything else is just really, really bad. So, it's been a while since I've got a review out. It's been a month or so, and work's going to be starting up again real soon. So try to get a few more reviews done with the little bit of time that I have left. And as you can see, this is one of those times when you roll the dice and it doesn't work out very well, but still makes it interesting to look at a piece of military history, and especially something from my own country, my home country, and to see what troops in the field may have had to survive on a little bit or get by on while possibly being in combat situations or patrols or anything like that. So once again, this has been a 2008 menu number 1 LMC on this side, and this has been a 2007 menu number 2 LMC on this side. And when I get the chance, we'll come back with something else, maybe something old, maybe something new, something sort of in between, and hopefully next time, whatever it is, it'll actually be good. So like I always like to say, thanks a lot for stopping by. Have a good one.